Welcome to your reading. My name is Anakin. We are going to get into it right away. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. There's a fly. You see that fly? You see that fly? What a fly. What a fly. So I'm going to ask that Spirit comes down and gives you a message that you're most open and ready to receive at this time. Let's get into it. Let's make it happen. All right, what do we got? We got the Four of Swords. Rest. Rejuvenation. We got the Ten of Batons. Okay, so this is rest and rejuvenation after giving up unnecessary obligations. Unnecessary work. Working harder than working smarter. And you're flipping it with the Ten of Batons in reverse to working smarter. So you're working smarter now, so you can rest. Ten of Swords. Ooh. Oh. This is the end of something. The reason why you require rest right now is because something major is coming to an end in your life. Knight of Coins upright. This is a blessing in disguise. Okay? This ending is a blessing in disguise, but it's a patient blessing. They're asking you to be patient with this. It's gonna take some time to manifest itself in your experience. But they want you to know that the worst part of it is over, okay? They're saying that your rest is important right now. You need it, it's required. Seven of Swords upright. There are people around you who are, I feel like Spirit wants you to have more discernment. And so when you're well rested, it's easier for you to be like, oh, that's who that is. Oh, this is who I am. Oh, I'm not mad. They're just projecting onto me. It's easier for you to have discernment when you're well rested, especially with people and social dynamics, okay? Eight of Cups in reverse. This is ending though. This is what's coming to an end. This cycle of attracting people who are Seven of Swords energies, just like trying to get away with stuff around you. Trying to play in your face, okay? Betrayal, heartbreak, stabbing you in the back, giving you unnecessary obligations that have nothing to do with you and are not your responsibility. This stuff is sort of on its way out with the Eight of Cups in reverse. It's showing me that you're going to be reintegrated into a new society. Sort of what that means, okay? You're coming out of your cave. I feel like you've been out of a cave, but sort of in a cave at the same time, because, like, reclusive, because people have been very Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords to you. You know, willing to stab you in the back, and because you're a psychic, or because you have a connection, you're empathic, you understand, hey, these people are doing this to me, and it's not okay. Like, we can't. And so that's why you've created this sort of reclusive energy. Yeah, there's like a recluse. Okay. But you're coming back into the world. Significator. Okay, significator. I feel like this is the full completion. This is Adam Cadman. This is the full Kabbalah. This is you waking up to your divine purpose. This is soul retrieval on a grand scale here. Okay? And by soul retrieval, I just mean that you're creating an environment, an inner and an outer environment, both simultaneously, that provide safety and surety to your spirit so that your spirit can come out. And so you're retrieving your authenticity out of the inner workings of your soul. And that's what's happening right now, but it's requiring a lot of rest. It's making you feel like you have to sleep all the time. And I also feel like you're just tired of being tired, okay? I feel like you're tired of having this obligation to rest, maturity. Things are gonna slow down. Yeah, things are slowing down. Three of Swords upright, Knave of Cups in reverse. But you might be losing connections. People are walking away, or you're walking away from people who have hurt you. You're going to have to walk away from them. Maturity. You're the bigger person though. You have the ability to walk away. These people do not have the ability to walk away. So they're willing to perpetuate these cycles of hurt, whereas you are not willing to do that. You're mature. And so you have to step up here and walk away. The Tower, yeah. Maturity, the Tower, the Ace of Cups. So you're walking away, you're creating a new foundation for yourself. The Tower is that you might have enjoyed these relationships or these connections. Or, I don't know if it's that you enjoyed it or you've had fantasies of this person, ideas of how they should be or how the relationship should be. Meanwhile, the reality of it is it's not that. And it hasn't been that. The Tower is the realization that these rose-colored glasses that you've been wearing are rose-colored glasses, and these relationships around you have been really not good for you and not good for your results. There's many people who've studied people, okay, and I think Harvard did a study on a lot of different people, and they were studying what has the biggest effect on success. What is the biggest indicator of success in people? And what they found was that the biggest indicator of success in others, or people in general, is the people they surround themselves with. Their associations. Associations. Damn. But anyways, so it's the people you surround yourself with. You become, this is a quote, you become like the 5 people that you are around the most, whether you like it or not. Okay, so even if it's your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother or your uncle or your best friend or your lover, okay, if there are parts of people, and this is what this is like a generational thing. If you seek out people because you feel like you have something that they don't have that you can provide for them, essentially what you're doing is you're going to be associating with somebody who's going to bring you down, okay? You will bring them up, but they will bring you down, okay? So you will accomplish your goal in making them smarter or whatever you want to bring to them, but at the same time, because you're associated with them, you will lose a part of yourself. So it's important that you find people who understand that they are getting better, okay? They understand that they have things to work on, but they want to get better. They want to improve. And I think it's a standpoint of not where they're at, that the people you surround yourself, it's not necessarily where they're at. You know, people can be sort of anywhere on the journey. It's more about where's their mindset at? Where do they want to go? Are their values aligned with yours? Because you could have somebody who's starting out and yeah, they don't have as much as you or they don't have as much knowledge as you. That's fine. So long as they're willing to learn and they're wanting to improve and they know that they have stuff to work on. Wiggly wobbly, timey wimey. Okay. But Ace of Cups, that's an open heart. It's an open heart after a Knave of Cups in reverse. Knave of Cups. I thought that was the Knight of Cups. So with Knave of Cups, 3 of Swords, yeah, that would be the message. Reconsider how you approach relationships and who you are allowing into your energy. I feel like there's an energy of like being nice or wanting people not to feel hurt or rejected. Don't be afraid of rejecting others, okay? Because rejection, even though it feels bad to them instantly, it has a delayed gratification effect on the person, okay? Because when you reject somebody, you're telling them what you really want. If you were to not reject them, even though you did want to reject them, you would be essentially telling a half-truth or lying to them, bringing them in disingenuous energy. And so that would create a disingenuous relationship. So they're saying just be honest with yourself, be honest with others, reject people if you need to. Don't be afraid of being the bad guy, okay? That's sort of what I've been on these past couple days. The female Pope, but there's something here that's hidden. Okay, what's hidden? The Juggler, the Magician. Guys, there's a lot going on right now. Okay, you're needing rest, you're giving up obligations. There's sort of something, a blessing in disguise. It looks weird. You're coming back into society. You're realizing things, tower moments. You're seeing, okay, I have to open my heart, blah, 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 blah. But meanwhile, Spirit's saying, hey, there's a level that you're at that you don't realize you're at right now. Your potential, your ability is far greater than you're thinking. You have the ability to ask for much greater than you've been asking for, and Spirit is asking you to ask for it. They're saying, hey, can you please ask for something bigger than you've been asking for? Okay? Because we want to see it. Excuse me. It's almost like you're not seeing your own value. You're way, way more than you think you are. Knight of Cups in reverse. And so I feel like you may not be taking actions on certain ideas because of it's like Spirit is saying, have confidence in who you are and what you know. You have the tools to manifest your dreams and your desires already. You can do it right now. They're saying you don't have to gain anything, do anything extra. Just implementation would work for you right now. Okay? Learning period, you're going to learn as you go. Okay? You're going to learn as you go. You're going to continue reading the books, listening to the seminars, yada, yada, yada. They want you taking action while it happens. Okay? The Devil in reverse. You're releasing devil energies, unhealthy attachments. Devil in reverse is a great sign. It says that there are unhealthy attachments already on the way out. Okay? And what I'm seeing with the Ten of Batons, the Ten of Swords, the Seven of Swords, is Three of Swords. There's a lot of like unhealthy relationship dynamics that are causing you to overthink. Okay? And have to rest and need more rest than you actually need. You've been stabbed in the back. People are still trying to get away with stuff around you. People are still doing it. Like have they not realized who you are? Have they not know? Like, do they not know? Have they not felt the repercussions of their actions? Well, if they have, they haven't associated it with you, but they need to, because it's gonna happen. Devil in reverse. Okay, the Juggler upright, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So this devil is probably a Queen of Swords. I'm going to say that right now. Okay, or a Queen of Swords isn't even wanting to acknowledge this devil. Queen of Swords in reverse. This is a divorced woman, a single woman. This is somebody who is very intellectually and over-intellectualizes emotions to get out of feeling the emotion. Okay? Queen of Swords in reverse, the Devil in reverse. Knight of Batons. So you are almost assured success here. I feel calm, I feel chill. I feel like you are calm, you are chill. You are ready to take the next steps in your life. You're manifesting success, happiness. You're very, very spiritual, very rooted and grounded in your purpose. But also, you're rooted in your heart. You have a very strong heart center. And you yield your spirituality in such a way. It's attractive, okay? It's very attractive, the way that you yield spirituality. Your cadence with it, it's very, very attractive. Two of Batons, yeah, I'm telling you, this Two of Batons in reverse, it came out in a reading that I did last night, and it's coming out in a reading that we're doing right now. I feel like this Queen of Swords in reverse, Devil in reverse, is a mother figure. Two of Batons that's secretly competing with you. Doesn't have to be a mom. It could just be a female it's a female who over-intellectualizes here. Knight of Cups in reverse. Somebody's leaving your life. Somebody's getting out. Okay? I mean, and there's a dead fly. There's a dead fly on the table right here. What does that mean? A dead fly on the table. That means somebody who's been monitoring you has been sentenced, not to death, but they've been sentenced. Okay, they have been sentenced. I rebuke it. I rebuke it. I rebuke it. Okay, we have eye, psychic ability, trust your intuition. Your eye is opening. If it isn't already, it is already open, but it's opening wider. I'm seeing bigger perceptions. Perception, your intuition's spot on. Whoever this person is, you've been noticing, and you know it. You know what's going on. Hat, you will be playing a different role. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. Hat. This person could have had an effect on your role that you play in life, your job, something along those lines. You have a job, a different role. What are you playing here? Ooh, there's the fly, a period of ill health, depression. And I'm putting it right over the Four of Swords. So, okay, so intuitively I'm picking up that this person wished ill health for you. It could have been unknowingly, I hope it is, but it could have been knowingly. Unknowingly, it would be in ways of just, they see you in the position that you're in, and they reflect on how they would feel in that position, and they would feel like shit. So they project that onto you. But you don't feel like shit. You feel great. It's like somebody who sees that you're alone, or that you live alone, or that you are eating at a restaurant alone. And so they're like, they pity you. But in reality, you just wanted to eat alone because that's what you like to do. Okay, so it's like they're sending you this sort of energy. Fly, and they wanted you. It's not just that though, it's bigger than that. Okay, I feel like this is pointed with the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords over here. It's pointed. They wanted you to struggle with this because they struggled with it. That sucks. All right, what else? Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. You're bringing a light to this person. You're also holding the torch. You're taking the torch. So I don't know if this is your mom or your dad or your parent, whatever. But this person wasn't capable themselves of taking the torch from their ancestors. They were capable, they just didn't do it. And so they can still do it. More power to them. You can do it though, and you are able and willing to do it. You've already decided to do it. You're taking up the torch. Spirit wants you to set the example for this person. Set the example. Be the bearer of the torch. Be the one. You're the one. A goal-oriented person. Goals are gonna help you. Last night I talked about journaling, so journaling's good, but writing down your goals is so powerful. It's so important. It moves you. It pulls you through depression. It pulls you through ill health. It pulls you through things. When you know what you want, it pulls you right through stuff. Okay, it has a powerful ability to pull anybody through. So we have lightning. Don't let your anger get in the way. Control your anger or be sorry. Misunderstanding. So you're gonna make people angry, especially these people that you're sort of walking away from. Okay, because they don't want to see that you have the torch. Why does this matter though, Spirit? Why do we care about that? Here's what I want. Why do I care about that, Spirit? Inner goddess, Aphrodite, awaken the inner goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. You're being shown the contrast of this angry, misunderstanding person who wants to wish you this. You're being shown that so that you can empower yourself. Like, Spirit's like, hey, like, here's what happens when you focus on other people. Here's what happens when you sort of you are designing your own life, okay? Inner goddess. And Spirit's wanting to show you how powerful you are by yourself. You don't need anybody else. Hold on. Expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Okay, so lightning wall. you've brought light to your goal. In the eyes of spirit, spirit now knows what your goal is. They know even better than you what you want, how to get there. But there is a misunderstanding with the world around you. The world around you is not reflecting the world within you. And this is the misunderstanding. You are manifesting at light speed. However, the world around you currently is, it's almost like I feel like you are so quick with your manifestation that as soon as you manifest it, you're on to the next. And that's just like leading edge right there. Abraham Hicks, leading edge. As soon as you get what you desire, you're on to the next desire. And so spirit is wanting you to expect positive, like expect miracles, because you're manifesting so quickly. Expect big stuff. The bigger the better. Go big or go home. Aphrodite, inner goddess. And you're being shown this contrast of all these negative Nancys, because they're saying, dude, you have so much energy that could be going into you, but instead it's going into like protecting yourself from these terrible people. And so, not terrible, obviously. I mean, people are not inherently terrible, but they're being that way to you out of their own hurt and whatever. And so spirit is saying, hey, who you choose is important. That's the big lesson here. Choice. Because here's the thing. As soon as you find somebody, if at any point in the interaction you have with them, you want them to be a different way, and you sit and you think to yourself, hey, I could probably teach this person how to do this. I could probably show them how to be more confident in themselves. I'm confident in myself. As soon as you start doing that, don't. Okay? Because what's happening is you're wanting to fill in their gaps. You're wanting to fill their cup. Okay? They got to fill their own cup. And you gotta find people who are already full. And you got to be full to find that. So before we get into finding people around us who aren't full, I mean, that creates codependent relationships. You know that. You've been learning that. I've been learning that. So now what we're doing is we're just choosing better. We're having higher standards. That's what this all is about. We have to go through the trials and the tribulations of the people around us who negatively affect us until we get to the point where we're just like, I do not care what you think, what you think, what you think. I don't care. If you don't want to grow, you're getting cut off. That's it. I'll say it right in front of you too. I'll tell you right to your face. If you don't want to grow, I'm cutting you off. Done. And then what happens is, there's probably going to be a period of time where you're alone. Not lonely, alone. You don't have a lot of people around you, but that's what it takes to be exceptional. That's what it takes. If you're the exception, that means that the definition of being exceptional is you are the exception. You are not with the group. You are alone. You are by yourself, okay? But what you'll find is that there will be a period of time of aloneness, and then because you are so, and this is there's an initial period to this where you'll still be attracting, and this is why I said the outer world doesn't look like the inner world. You'll still be attracting people who maybe devalue you, disrespect you, want this, want that. And so what I want you to do during that period of time, and what Spirit wants you to do, is just continue to say no. Continue to set your standard. Continue to walk away. Continue to disagree with whatever's being said. Disagree with it. Say no and walk away. Do these things over and over again, because what you're doing is you're training your subconscious mind. You're saying, I don't care what this person thinks in front of me. I will reject them. Because it's better to reject the person in front of you than to reject your own inner child and inner being. Don't reject you over them, reject them. Okay? It's not your responsibility to make sure that they're okay and that they feel good and that their cup's full. It is not your responsibility. Okay? It is theirs. Shadow. Okay, so I feel like this is very positive though, this shadow card coming out. This is shadow work, guys. This is you integrating the villain, the darkness, the dark side of you that doesn't give a fuck about what people think about you. Okay? The part of you that's like, hey, you know, like the no more Mr. Nice Guy, or the no more Mr. Nice Girl. You know, Maharaji was very aggressive sometimes and angry. He was a guru in Kainchi in India who taught Ram Dass and would teach Westerners and Indians and all these people. Very cool guru. He wrote the book Miracles of Love. Anyways, but he would call people names, and he would shout and yell at people, and he would tell them to get out of here and go away. And people would come to him. They would walk miles and miles just to see him. And as soon as they would see him, he would say, Jiao. That was his biggest thing, Jiao. You would come see him, walking miles and miles to come see the guru. You see him for a second, he hits you on the head, says Jiao, which means get out. And so it's interesting, you know, this guru, and this is what I'm learning from him. And I learned this lesson from him all the time. Whenever I think about saying no or rejecting somebody else, I think about Maharaji, who he rejected people probably more than anybody, any other story, any other person I know or have known of. The guy was constantly rejecting. Jiao, 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 Jiao. And yet, at the same time, like when he did let people in, he let them in. But there's these stories that he would never do what you expected him to do. If you thought he was going to stay, he would leave. If you thought he was going to leave, he would stay. It's almost like he would do exactly what you thought he wouldn't do. Oh my goodness, guys. I think my microphone isn't even plugged in here. Is my microphone plugged in? Is there any sound at all? Has there been any sound at all this whole time? I hope there has been, guys. I hope there's been sound during this reading. Otherwise, it's just for me. Okay, I've made my peace with it. I'm just going to keep going. And then I'll check to see if there's sound in the video after it's done. But oh my Lord, I hope there is sound in the video. Okay, expect a miracle. Expect a miracle. Let's talk about it. What's the miracle? We have shadow. So shadow integration is happening. You're entering into your villain. You're a villain era. Okay, you're a villain. You're a big villain. You're like a master villain. Okay, I'm thinking about Megamind. The rebel in reverse. Ooh, miracle is going to be chain breaking miracle. So you might be feeling suppressed financially, or in your career, or in your family life, or anywhere. There's a suppressed feeling, like you're in these chains being bound by the man, okay? And so the man can't hold you down. Miracle. The miracle is that you're going to break free from those chains in silence. Silence. You're breaking out of the noise. There's been a lot of noise, okay? There's been a lot of noise in your life, and you're breaking free from it. And this is why the shadow must be integrated, guys, because the shadow is the one who's like, comes up in there and is like, yo, hey, that ain't gonna fly with me. That ain't gonna fly with me. We ain't gonna play those games around here. Yeah, the shadow is the one who comes in and sort of isn't afraid to reject others, is what I'm trying to say. Silence. Isn't afraid to give the silent treatment or walk away from situations. You know, that is a response. No response is a response. The creator. Becoming the creator. Really, really big activation of the solar plexus chakra coming in. You've been feeling it maybe, little bit, but big. Big ups on the solar plexus very soon. Compassion, release judgments. Yeah, there's stuff that was stuck in your liver for a while that needed to be integrated. That's getting integrated. Compassion. With compassion, be strong. It's your strength. That's what you are. Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. That's what's happening. I feel like that's a good place to end the reading. Triumph over obstacles.
Any other messages, Spirit? Any other thing that we should focus on? Move your body. They really, really want you to work out, okay? Shoes and feet. They really want you to go work out. Be yourself and listen to your intuition. Be yourself and listen to your intuition. Let me see here. The Empress, it's time to take action. The power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. Anything you do is going to be successful, especially right now, especially because these people, like, it's like what Abraham Hicks talks about. When you take a cork and you're like, all you got to do, you don't got to like do anything. You just got to let go of the cork that's being held under the water. And these people, these energies around you, it's like, because you continue to allow them into your life, you continue to hold yourself under that water. And it's like, why? Why? Okay, stop it. You know, okay? Let's pull these cards right here. Shadow. Mr. Shadow. I feel like they want me to tell you more about this shadow, so let's get into it. Elixir of life in reverse. I feel like just me saying elixir of life in reverse, immediately Kundalini. Immediately, because when you do Kundalini breathwork, you are reversing the flow of the cerebral spinal fluid, which is known as the elixir of life. And also, it's what you bring up into the pineal gland to create the DMT release that has the experience, right? Elixir of life, shadow. So your shadow holds the key. I feel like it's your solar plexus too that holds the key to some sort of spiritual experience that has to do with your pineal gland and your kundalini, coming up very soon. It's time to take action in reverse. Lot of energy around action. I feel like it's literally like working out, moving your body, exercising. It's my biggest thing. What kind of action are we wanting to take here? Pleasure with a close friend. Okay, what kind of action is that? You need to defend yourself. Okay, so you have things that you need to work on, and I feel like there's a lot of distractions that are around you, like these old friends, okay? They might be close, but I don't know. Emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. What is this defense that we're looking at here? Wish will not be granted. Yeah, so I feel like you in your mind and in your inner child, you want to correct your family. You want everything to be peachy and perfect and amazing. But they're saying, hey, you need to defend yourself against these people. Stop trying to spend so much time with them. Stop trying to rub off on them. You're not going to do it. Okay? It's not going to happen. People have to change themselves. And well, actually, here's the thing. When you try to rub off on other people, it doesn't happen. But when you give it up and you just be yourself and you walk away and you say, Jiao, that's when people get that seed planted inside of them. Okay? Let's keep on going here. Master in reverse. Mind in reverse. Okay? Mastermind in reverse. Mastermind. People are coming in to help you. Okay? The burden. With this burden. See, the burden here is that you have all of these pent-up emotional energies that you, like, what is going on with this emotional energy? Who is this? Isolation. Yep. You have, okay, so Spirit is saying, hey, we are here for you. You know, Jesus Christ is here for you. If you need somebody to, like, if you just need people to listen to you or talk or something like that, go to the mosque, go to the temple, go to the church, go to the monastery, okay? Go to the temple, go to the places that are holy and be there. Because, you know, if you're in a place by yourself, make that place holy, yeah, but it can be a little bit easier to get to that vibration if you're going to these places of worship. It does not matter which place, okay? Excuse me. A lot of people, you know, you can follow Christ without the church. You can follow Buddhism without going to the temple. It's not even just follow. You can be a student of Jesus Christ. You can be You can embody it without going to the place of worship. It's not like it's a requirement. And it's almost like LSD, okay? It's almost like mushrooms. It's not dietary. I don't feel like church is dietary. Um, but making it dietary wouldn't be a bad thing, in my opinion. Going to places of worship regularly would probably be good. So it could be dietary. But right now, with the emotional energies that are here, don't go to your close friends about them. You need to defend yourself against that energy, okay? There's something like you're not going to get the security that you want from your close friends or your family right now. It's not that they're unreliable, it's just you're shifting gears with who you want to befriend, okay? So these people are like reconciliation. You're reconciling with your own spirit and your own connection to spirit. And so, yeah, it can be medicinal to go be with spirit in these places. So go do it. All right? Go do it. The master in reverse. You might also have a mentor or a messenger, a walk-in that comes through the spirit of one of these people at one of these places of worship and gives you a very strong message. This is why I love going to church, guys, because at church, like, spirit is embodied. Okay? Spirit is completely embodied. And like even at the temple, at the mosque, spirit is living there and you can feel it. You can feel it and you can access it and you can talk to it and it's just right there. And it's really, really cool. Okay? Solid foundation, success with effort. Yeah. So let's start getting out into these communities around us that we have access to right now. Go to these places, okay? These places of worship. They're very important. Tune into communities that have let me see here, that are spirit driven. Like, go to places where you can mention the name Jesus Christ and you can mention spirit and you can say Saint Germain and the Ascended Masters, and it will be accepted with open arms. And it will be, not only will it be accepted, but people's, let's say they come to you and they start complaining or doing something that's murmuring, basically. And you bring up Jesus and you bring up the word and you bring up Saint Germain or you bring up Abraham or spirit or something along those lines. And immediately, because you brought that up, they catch themselves and they say, "Oh, hey, thank you. I was murmuring. Let me stop doing that." They don't even have to acknowledge it like that. They just stop. Okay? They just stop doing it. Those are the kinds of people that you're attracting and looking for. Choose the healing option. So ask your sixth sense, what would love do? The healing option is the one most loving to yourself and others. What would love do? Okay? And we have to really consider the wisdom here. What would love do? Because, man, I really hope it was recording my voice earlier, because if it wasn't, that will suck so bad. Okay. It doesn't matter though. I gotta get over it. Okay, harmony. Yeah, here we go with harmony. Harmony with what? Choosing the healing option. Morality. That's what it is. So thinking long and hard about this. Not hard, but just thinking about the loving option. Is it more loving to enable somebody to be negative, or is it more loving to say, "Hey, I don't like that," and walk away from them? Because love is not self-serving. Let's look at Corinthians. Let's look at what love is. Love is patient, love is kind, yada yada, right? Well, it's not self-serving. How can you compassionately love? Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Morality. Let's keep going. Possibilities. Yeah, guys, I completely just lost what I was talking about just there. Possibilities, though. Morality. I lost it. Well, probably wasn't important. Or maybe it was. Morality, possibilities, and change in reverse. Mm. Mm. Isolation, passion, loving God. Yeah. Yeah. The most loving option here is gonna be you loving yourself, because only from a standpoint of you completely and utterly loving yourself unabashedly can you love others. And so like, yeah, you have to serve yourself first. That's what it is. That's what it means. That's what real compassion is, having compassion for self. Mind is in there. The lovers. Mind and the lovers, change in reverse. Mind and the lovers. The lovers is inner and outer harmony. The mind is not that. What is this mind? What is this mind? Waiting for news, okay? And then what's this lovers? You'll be taken care of in difficult times. Okay, so you don't know this, but a lover is coming in. You might be focused on it in your mind. What's this change in reverse? Broken ring. Parting of ways in romance or business. Yeah, sometimes the most loving option is to walk away. Just because the dynamic isn't serving either of you. So you gotta walk away. It's more compassionate. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. There it is, waiting for news. You'll be taken care of. Get out of your head, because you don't need to be in there. Everything that you want is coming. You just gotta chill out. Chill out a little bit. Take it easy. You got this. Love you. Bye bye. Oh, yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it. Bye bye. Namaste.